Good evening, Lauren and Daniel, Mrs. Noy, all the incredible teachers and staff at Gan Benos Aliyah, parents, family, and friends. It is a difficult task to adequately describe what Gan Benos Aliyah mean to us and how massively it's impacted our lives and our children's lives in the most profound way. We moved here 6 years ago. When we moved with our 2 eldest daughters, Benos Aliyah had not yet opened. We sent our daughters to another school. 1 year into our move, and Benos Aliyah opened its doors. We had the pleasure of meeting Lauren and Daniel soon after, and the rest, as they say, is history. We swiftly moved our daughter Michal to join the first class at Benos Aliyah. I remember visiting Benos Aliyah for the first time. To say I was blown away is an understatement. I will never forget seeing the classrooms, meeting the phenomenal teachers and staff, and feeling the peaceful, calm, warm, and kind energy emanating from this school. If you are like me and went to an ordinary, run-of-the-mill school, school may have had an aura of chaos, anger, bullying, competition, and unease. From unskilled and untrained teachers to dirty classrooms and filled-to-capacity classes, school wasn't generally a place one felt at home or peaceful. For my husband and I to see a school filled with immensely warm and kind teachers, learning tailored to each child, anti-bullying at the top of their agenda, impeccably clean and neat classrooms with scented candles and opera music playing in the background. I kept asking my husband, is this truly real or is this a dream? But to our delight, it was real. It is real. We have 4 kids, B'Yayin Hara. Our eldest is in high school, our second is in Benos Aliyah, our third is in Gan Aliyah, and our 4th is registered for the Gan for next year. All of our children have completely different personalities, strengths, and abilities, and yet Benos and Gan Aliyah are perfect for all of our kids. How is that possible, I hear you ask? The answer is as follows. Gan and Benos Aliyah bend in accordance with your child. The school's ethos is about growth, warmth, love, and acceptance. It is about looking at each individual child and educating them in the way that is perfect for that child. If your child is full of life and energy, Benos Aliyah will encourage that passion and help your child to become the leaders they are meant to be. If your child is more reserved and peaceful, Benos Aliyah will hone in on those qualities and help that child to generate the beauty that exists in a modest child. If your child needs more confidence, attention, and love, the staff will notice that and give as much as they can. We all want to raise healthy children, emotionally, intellectually, and physically. We know the world is not an easy place to live in these days. We cannot protect our children from every element in the outside world, but we can help give them the tools they need to fare in this outside world. Benos and Gan Aliyah provide all these tools and more. Benos and Gan Aliyah are places where our children feel loved, valued, wanted, encouraged, celebrated, and safe. There is a pasuk in Tehillim Kapitel Kuf Chaf Zayin Pasuk Daled. Kechitzim biyad gibar kain b'nei haneurim. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior, so are the children of youth. Rashi translates this to mean, like arrows are in the hands of a warrior, so too is the chinuch and education of our children. It is famously explained, if a warrior is handling a bow and arrow, he must be very precise and detailed in his movement, as 1 millimeter move to the right or left. Even though it may not look like a big difference, when the arrow is flying far, that small millimeter will make a huge difference further down the line as to where the arrow lands. The pasuk is comparing the chinuch of our children to this, since concerning a child, attention to detail is vital, and every minute detail may look insignificant at the time, but it will make a world of a difference 10 or 20 years down the line. As we all know, Gan and Benos Aliyah pays tremendous attention to detail, and every aspect of the learning and the learning environment is carefully analyzed, examined, and rewritten until it is practically perfect. Every detail is thought of, and we will reap the rewards in the future when we will see the vast difference it has made for our children. Another explanation on these words that I like very much is from the Sefer Machzor Eliyahu, who describes mastering the use of a bow and arrow. The closer you pull the bow to your heart, the further the arrow will fly. Likewise with our children, the closer the chinuch of our children is to our hearts, the further the child has the ability to fly. Gan and Benos Aliyah cares deeply about and loves every child. Each child is close to their heart, which in turn helps our children to grow, flourish, and soar. A story is told of the Gadol Rav Aaron Leib Steinman and a Talmud. This Talmud had become irreligious later on in his life. This Talmud, during this irreligious period, ended up at a shir that Rav Aaron Leib gave, which inspired him to become observant again, and he slowly went back to his roots and became frum. When this Talmud was asked why he even went to this shir that brought him back to Yiddishkeit when he was completely unaffiliated, this Talmud told the following powerful story. This Talmud was 5 years old when Rav Aaron Leib came to his school to faher, to test the kids, and asked every single boy in the class one question. When it came to this Talmud's turn, Rav Aaron Leib asked him a question, and the Talmud did not know the answer. He asked him an easier question, and the Talmud did not know the answer. He then asked him an even easier question, and he still did not know the answer. The Rav stopped there and didn't ask any more questions. At the end of the test, at the faher, every boy went up to Rav Aaron Leib, and he gave every boy a candy. When it came to this boy's turn, he gave him 3 candies. He said to the boy, "Do you know why I'm giving you 3 candies?" And the boy said, "No." Rav Aaron Leib said, "I don't give a candy for getting the right answer. I give a candy for the effort that you put in. You had to try to answer 3 questions, so even though you didn't manage to get the answer right, you put the most effort in, and therefore you get 3 candies for every question that you tried to answer." This boy had tears in his eyes and said, "I'll never forget how I felt. Here was someone who had so much care for a 5-year-old boy who tried his best not to embarrass me, but on the contrary, to make me feel good about myself, even when I got the answers wrong. I remembered this my whole life, and even when I was no longer religious, I went to Rav Aaron shir and ended up becoming religious again after being inspired by events that occurred during my conversation with Rav Aaron at that shir." We see how a small act, when someone is a child, may seem insignificant to us, but can make a world of a difference to that child. Kechitzim bayad gibar came b'nei hanurim. Lauren and Daniel, Mrs. Noy, and all the incredible staff of Gan and Benos Aliyah. We feel eternally grateful to you. No words can be enough to describe our hakaras hatov to you. You have made a greater impact on our children and in turn on us than you can ever know. Thank you for caring for our children as if they are your own. Thank you for putting your hearts and souls into our children. Thank you for giving them the school experience of a lifetime. Thank you for making our move here well worth it. Thank you for being our partners in the growth of our children. May Hashem reward you all with tremendous blessing, mazel, success, and joy in every single aspect of your lives. From the bottom of our hearts and our children's hearts, thank you. To all the parents here tonight, we are so blessed and fortunate to have our children in Gan and Benos Aliyah, and we thank you for joining us in supporting this amazing school. Thank you, and good evening.
Wait, don't go far. That was amazing. Thank you for your generous words, kind words, and for sharing your adorable, wonderful, precious children with Gan and Benos Aliyah. So I would like to call back up Miriam and Jesse to receive their Parents of the Year Appreciation Award and a token gift, which Rivka, Alana, Leora, and I all want for ourselves. So check it out. These are fancy schmancy candlesticks, home decor that we were fighting over, but we're giving them to you anyways. Okay, okay, here you go. Come on up. Wait, I'm going to give you the gift, and then you're going to take a picture.
Okay.
Okay, okay, come on. Put a load on. Okay, 1 second.